What? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We're here to talk the Traitors US Season 3, Episode 8, A Bitch is Lying. Yes, they are. If you guys are brand new to the channel or a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Thumbs up the video. Leave your comments all down below so we can talk about what has been going on this season. This is so chaotic to me this season. Let's get started, y'all. So we start off, we're picking up where we left off, right? So remember, there were 5 people that were up for elimination: Chriselle, Dolores, Dylan, Tom, and Gabby. So those people are going to be eliminated face to face by the traitors. So we hear Alan's voice saying, look, if I come and when you turn around, you see me, you're safe. Otherwise, you're going to see the traitors. So we get the very dramatic dramatization of everybody turning around and woo, woo, oh my God, I'm so safe. We get that, okay? So let's cut to breakfast. So at breakfast, Danielle and Brittany come in first because now they are bosom buddies and they are Ace Boone coons, okay? All of a sudden, Danielle, didn't this have a cross shoe on y'all show? Ain't that what you said? But okay. So Danielle is giddy and shifty, and now she has this thing where she's just shaking. She's shaking. Just I said, girl, go on and do the Harlem Shake while you at it. If you're gonna shake, make something out of it. So Sierra comes in and it's like, yo, think about how big dickish of Boston Rob it was for him to one, not only sell out his own trader, but then to earn everybody else's trust and even got us kind of shook. We didn't even know. So Sam said, look, the traitors ain't as smart as they think, and they're not. Y'all are bad faithfuls. The traitors have not been playing the smart game. The traitors have not been playing the good game. The faithfuls are just dumb this season. So Sam said, look, he's from Iraq and his strength is in listening. So he's been sitting back in the cut, listening, observing what everybody else has going on. And I said, I love that for you, but I don't think you're a good faithful either. So Gabby comes in and it's like, oh my God, y'all, I walked in. For one, it was gorgeous. It was flowers. It was lights. But we find out that if we see Alan, we're safe. Otherwise, we're going to see the traitors. It was nerve-wracking. So Tom comes in and Tom is giving the same recant of what happened that night because they were both up for elimination, right? So Sam is like, yo, so we should have everybody kind of explain what Alan was wearing, because if they can say what Alan was wearing, maybe he switched up and wore something different for the traitors. And I'm like, that could be good. Could, but who are we to say, or who does anybody to say that Alan didn't change like shoes or change clothes or even change his hat every time he went and saw somebody, like to really, keep people on their toes. So they're like, we're going to start asking everybody as y'all come in, talk about what y'all saw, what happened, whatever. So Carolyn comes in looking disheveled as always. And she comes in, she always breathing hard, just, and I'm like, is Carolyn running through the castle? What's happening, sis? So they were like, Carolyn, tell us what happened with you when you went to see at the chapel. Like, how did it look? Carolyn is like, oh my God. It was like, it was pretty. I said, Carolyn, we hear your heartbeat, sis. Relax. Get you a sip of water. All you had to do was describe the chapel because you were there. Carolyn, you saw it. But she's all out of sorts. So then Tom starts answering for Carolyn. Y'all know Tom ain't got the most sense. So Sam is like, no. Everybody's like, damn, Tom, shut up. We supposed to be letting Carolyn answer. So Carolyn looked a little bit suspicious. But Carolyn is always like this. She's always frantic. So they don't really know, right? So we find out Chriselle was eliminated. And I said, oh, I just don't care. And I don't care because Chriselle has been kind of in the way. Chriselle has been voting with the masses. Chriselle has not had any good thoughts, any good theories. So like, she's gone. Plus, she sold out both of her people just on some bad gut feelings, right? So Chriselle was shocked to see Carolyn. Not so much Danielle, but Carolyn. She's like, Carolyn is playing the best game because nobody suspects that she is a traitor, which is very, very true. So Chriselle asked them, like, why me? Why did y'all, like, why are y'all voting me out? And they tell her that you're too much of a faithful. No one is ever going to suspect you. You're never going to be up for banishment. We just got to get the dead weight up out of here, basically. So they're back talking as everybody comes in, and Tom is like, Chriselle never put herself out there. She never like had an original like vote. She always just went along with what the masses were doing, which is true. But she's not the only one. And I'm glad that Sierra clocked Brittany and was like, Brittany's ass does that too, which is true. We have not heard Brittany or Sam talk until maybe last episode. So that's a terrible theory. Terrible theory. So after breakfast, everybody is kind of outside talking or whatever. And Tom is asking Carolyn what was going on with her and Danielle a few days ago, because Tom said, I ain't forget, okay? Y'all had a little situation. Y'all was arguing. Y'all was going back and forth with each other at the table. What was tea? What was that about? Carolyn said, look, Brittany told me that Danielle said my name, so I approached her as such. Carolyn said, I ain't the one, the two, or the three. Say my name and I'm going to say yours back. So she was like, so that's really what it was. Sam wants to go back and revisit the coffin night theory. And I said, we're wasting money by doing that. We're wasting time by doing that. That is silly. That's silly. Why are we back doing this? Somebody please explain to me what, like, I'm going to get to it at the end. So now they're back thinking Sierra is the traitor. And I said, no, y'all, no. A waste of a vote. Meanwhile, Sierra is like, look, I want to break up the Brittany and Danielle alliance. They got this whole Big Brother situation going. They done became like this all of a sudden. Let's break that up because she thinks that, well, I think Sierra has suspicions on both of them, but she thinks they each could be traitors for very different reasons. So let's go ahead and get to the next challenge. So they're going to split into two teams of five, and whichever five people stay with Alan are going to be eligible to win a shield. The other five people are going to stay at the castle. No shield for you. Danielle is in her confessional saying, I want to be on the team that has the shield, and I don't want Carolyn on that team because I don't want Carolyn to know who has the shield. I want Brittany to get the shield to protect Brittany. Danielle, what the fuck is going on? This is what I be talking about with her ass. Like, girl, what? No, your main thing should be you getting the shield yourself so that whatever. I promise y'all, I do not want Danielle to win. She makes horrific decisions. How are you, like, why are you trying to protect Brittany all of a sudden? Why? Unless she wants to cross her at the end, I don't know. So the team that is eligible to get the shield are Danielle, Brittany, Tom, Sierra, and Ivar. So basically, they're going to go into the house. There's going to be going to the woods. There's a house full of dolls. These dolls are going to sing nursery rhymes backwards. So they are supposed to go through this house, pick up all these different dolls. They're going to listen to them talk. Whatever they sing, they're going to try to remember the song, the cadence, or whatever, run to the telephone. They're going to call back to the castle. At the castle, they have to hear the song, remember how it was sung, and then they have to go sing it into a gramophone, which is going to replay it back to them, and then they are supposed to guess what nursery rhyme is being sung backwards. As long as you have the melody, you should be fine for the most part. Now, we know a lot of nursery rhymes got the same damn melody, okay? But once you get the melody down, then you can start to make out some words, okay? So while they're in the house, they're picking up these dolls. Some of them are saying, I hate you. I said, oh, girl. That had me shook because what is happening? Some of them, the dolls are like spitting out water and shit at them. Too much for me. Everybody is like, bump this. We want the shield. So everybody is like, forget the money. Okay, I'm like $20,000 is up for grabs. They don't care about that. So they're listening to all these different DAOs. They come across one that says something is in my friend Bear. We, the audience, we get panned out and we see that Bear is sitting his ass outside next to the porch, plain sight, right? So everybody is like, bump the money. We want to get the shield. Meanwhile, Tom is like, oh, well, if I go home, I go home. Tom is rich, so he don't care. He's rich, right, Sandoval? But he's like, whatever, whatever. So he's the only one listening and trying to figure stuff out. So it's off to a very slow start. They're down to like, shit, 12 minutes left and nothing is happening. So Tom finally goes, he sings back, and everyone's like, Tom is just accosting us with this melody. Damn it, he's doing something though. So once they get on the road, and it becomes another one, thank you. Another one, thank you. Another one, thank you. And they start getting all these DAOs, and they are able to get the entire $20,000. Now, in the midst of this, Sierra happens to look down and is like, what the fuck is this? So Sierra looks down, she gets the shield. Everybody sees her get the shield. And I'd be damned if Danielle is pissed because she wants Brittany to get it. Danielle, are you okay? What is happening, my good sis? Got you a little mousse, little product in that hair, and now you just don't know how to act. Remember the phrase that you're used to. But okay. So they got the shield, they got everything, and now it's time to go back to the castle. So while they are in the way back and sitting around talking with dinner, they start to point out how Sierra is back up on the table for being a traitor. I think it's a horrific, terrible decision, but I'm not playing. So Gabby points out how she thinks Brittany is suspect. I said, tell us more. Carolyn wants to get rid of Brittany because she feels that Danielle is going to be more loyal to Brittany than she is to her. Honestly, Carolyn, I think that Danielle is setting up Brittany so that she can like pull her card the same way that Brittany did hers on Big Brother. But it's still on some, if I can't trust you, I can't trust you. So let's go ahead and get rid of her. Meanwhile, Dylan wants to go after Brittany. He said because of the Derek conversation, where remember Derek was suspecting that Brittany and Boston Rob were both traitors. And I'm like, okay, let's lead with that. Why are we on the Sierra thing? It doesn't make sense, y'all. It just doesn't make sense. So Carolyn tells Sierra that people are going after her. And Sierra is like, what? I don't trust Danielle and Brittany. Here's the thing. It makes no sense that they are going back to this coffin thing. It doesn't. Let's get to the next scene. Okay, so let's get to the round table. All right. So Sierra starts off with the coffin thing once again, and it's like, look, I am not a traitor. I am a faithful. Like, it just, the coffin thing is stupid. Ivar said, well, we believe the remaining traitors are women because 2 men have been voted out already. So it must be 2 women. Whoever said that there was going to be symmetry? When did they say that there would be an even number of women and men? Okay. So Tom is like, well, yeah, because women are better cheaters than guys. Thomas, Thomas, what? What? What are you talking about? The way the women was about to run down on his ass. What are you talking about, Tom? And he was like, I meant traitor. Tom, this why everybody be looking at you kind of sideways. What are you on right now? So Sam, okay, because we done got past that. Sam is like, look, voting for Sierra is the highest percentage of catching a traitor. That makes absolutely no sense. Let's think about this. Boston Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be. Boston Rob is who planted the seed that a traitor could be in the coffin, right? Was it Boston Rob? But my thing is, y'all are knocking these down. Nothing about what Sierra has done outside of her not voting for Boston Rob last round would be indicative that she is a traitor. But, hear me out. I think her not voting for Boston Rob does not mean she's a traitor, because the traitors are always going to vote with the masses. The traitors are never going to rock the boat. So for people to be like, you didn't vote for Boston Rob, that means you're a traitor. No, the traitors are always going to vote with the masses, so they blend in. So they blend in. But so Brittany said, well, only two people voted against me last night, Sierra and Boston Rob. Sierra said, well, Brittany, you've been laying low. You're not saying much at the round table. Sierra's like, well, Jeremy was eliminated that night. He said Danielle's name. Danielle is so shocked. Oh my God, I am a faithful. Like, why would I get rid of all the people that are closest to me? Because you're a coward, Danielle. You're a coward. You're the only one that be all but a weep anytime somebody goes home. You're the one that's sitting there shaking. You're the one that's shaking. You're the one that's doing all this crying and doing all this scratching. I mean, your hair is a mess. We have no point but to assume that you're disheveled. What is happening? So Ivar said that Boston Rob and Bob the drag queen convinced Sierra to get in that coffin to sacrifice herself as a traitor. And the way that Sierra ran through his ass real quick, how dare you? How fucking dare you? Sierra said, I ain't never been no pushover type bitch. She cleared Ivar because it's a stupid theory, to me at least. So we go around, they vote. Y'all, it was unanimous for Sierra. I was like, wow. It's, to me, it is so much more proof that it could be Danielle than anybody. Let's not forget, when they did the riddle game, Danielle is the same heifer that got a riddle right twice and never put her own picture up. Why are we ignoring that? Why are we forgetting that Carolyn and Danielle had a huge fighting match, at a huge argument at a round table, and then voted for each other? The signs are pointing to Danielle, but no, y'all want to vote for Sierra. So Sierra stands up and she's like, look, I don't do a whole lot. I'm not one for speeches, but I'm gonna keep it real cute, real quick. I'm a faithful. So everybody is like, she's not faithful. And then by Sierra. Y'all look stupid. Y'all look stupid because the whole notion of, well, if we don't get out all the people in coffins, we'll never know. That was silly. That was absolutely silly. Because here's the thing. If y'all honestly and truly thought that Sierra was a traitor in that coffin, y'all would have took Sierra to the finale and then voted her out. This was just a waste of a vote. Waste of a vote, if you ask me. So everybody now looks stupid. Alan was like, shut the lights off when y'all done. Because y'all are really out here just fumbling the ball, right? So after that, they're all going around talking, and Dylan is like, this was the hardest vote ever. It's hard when, you just don't know. You kind of have to go with the popular vote, and it makes me feel like shit. No, you could have stood your ground and spoke up more. Dylan does not speak up. Dylan wants other people to speak up for him. If you feel that Derek said that Brittany was a traitor and you feel that there was some validity to that, why not go around and try to plant seeds? Plant the seeds. You were right about Bob the drag queen. So I don't know why Dylan is like, he's so irritating. He is irritating me. So Carolyn is now trying to figure out who has the shield, and Tom and them don't want to tell her. And she was like, was it Sierra? And they was like, I don't know. Was it her? Was it her? So Dylan is like, I'm gonna figure out who the traitors are. That's what we need to figure out. Duh, nigga, that's why we're here. So Danielle will not tell Carolyn who has the shield. She was like, I'll tell you later. Dylan comes out of the bookcase where he was talking to Ivar and Sam, because now it's become men versus women. That's basically what it's going to come. And they were like, well, this looks super weird. Dylan was like, whatever. Dylan says that he's suspicious of Gabby, right? Initially. You've been stuck on Gabby for a while, and I don't understand. He now feels that there's valid suspicion on Danielle. There has been valid suspicion on Danielle. So he's like, maybe all her shaking is just an act. Maybe you think? You think? She went from crying to shaking. Y'all can't tell, but I guess. So we then find out, the last scene, that the traitors can either murder someone or they can recruit someone to join them. So they're in the turret, and Danielle tells Carolyn right away Sierra had the shield. Carolyn really don't believe her because she really don't fool with Danielle like that. And she was like, no, I heard that Sierra didn't have the shield. And Danielle was like, no, I'm telling you the truth. I saw her, she picked it up, everybody saw she had the shield. They were really trying to like kind of set Carolyn up, I think, with that. But nonetheless, while they're talking, Alan shows up and it's like, look, got a proposition for y'all. Tonight, y'all can choose to eliminate somebody or y'all can choose to seduce a faithful to come on over and become a traitor with y'all. You can get one or the other. It's your choice. So when he leaves, Danielle is like, I say we do seduction. Let's get somebody else in here. Carolyn said, no, ma'am, elimination. We don't need nobody else up in here. Y'all can barely trust each other. So y'all shouldn't want anybody else in the mix. So Carolyn is like, who would even be left to bring in? So Danielle's theory is let's set up another woman. They think it's a woman, so let's set them up. So the last remaining women are Dolores, Brittany, and Gabby. So I forgot why they said now that they weren't going to do Dolores, but they were like no to Dolores. And Carolyn is like, okay, if we're going to do that, I prefer Gabby over Brittany. Danielle is like, no, why not Brittany? I mean, come on, Dum Dum Diddy. Why do you think she don't want to bring Brittany into this? Come on, Danielle. Come on, baby. Like, what are we doing? So Carolyn is like, why would I bring in your bestie? She's not my bestie. I can't tell. Y'all going around and high-fiving and doing all that other type of stuff together. It's given that y'all are besties. It's given y'all have a big brother alliance. It's given why should Carolyn trust you, right? When you've been trying to get her out. Nobody floated Carolyn's name but you, Danielle. You. So Danielle is like, do you think we'll team up against you? Hell yeah! Why is that even a question? What is happening? So Danielle is like, no, we would never. Come on. And I'm thinking, Danielle, Carolyn, you bet not fold. Carolyn, I'm going to be so pissed at you. And when we come back next week or this week, whenever you're watching this, and we see that y'all done recruited Brittany, I am going to lay down on you, Carolyn. I promise. Because speak up. Don't y'all let Brittany's ass come up in that turret. What y'all should do, this is just me, I wouldn't bring anybody else into the game at all. I wouldn't bring anybody else into the traitor crew. What they should do is eliminate Dylan tonight, right? Because then you can pin it on Gabby. You eliminate Dylan. Nobody else wants Dylan gone. Nobody. Outside of maybe Gabby, because he has been saying Gabby's name for a while. He's been floating Gabby for a while. I say you get rid of Dylan. And then that way you can be like, why would they get rid of him? Why would they get rid of him? And then it's going to be like, well, Dylan has been saying her name. Then you can flip it on Dylan and get Dylan banished. That's how you do it. But, that's just me. That's just me. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. How do you guys feel about Chrishell being eliminated and then Sierra being banished? Like, I'm so glad we don't have to hear about this coffin theory anymore, because to me it never made sense. But subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.